Natrience, the alliance of nature and science.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for our Week 8, August 14th, Natrience training call. This is our final call in our 8-week training series. We are so grateful to all of you for joining us each of these 8 weeks, and we've just been so happy and so excited to present all of the great information that we've had over this 8-week series. We again have Sisel, myself, and Holly joining the call today with all of you. And we have a very special guest star on our final call today. We have our wonderful CEO and founder, Tom Maurer Jr., and Tom is going to talk with us about our Natrience science and all of the fabulous ingredients and technologies that we have incorporated into our new Natrience line. So we're ready to go ahead and turn some time right over to Tom so that we can soak in all of his great expertise. So Tom, thanks for joining us and take it away.
Great. Thanks, Karen. And it's great to be on the call. It's always exciting when you have something that the rest of the world doesn't have and an opportunity to build a business with the type of product that can sell itself and backed by science. It's Sisel safe, and it's everything that we've been dreaming about for the last 4 years. And so to see everybody on this call, I want to tell you thank you for joining in on this call and learning about revolution in skincare. And it's hard when there's so many things in the market, and with the advent of the internet, I mean, you're just one touch away from seeing 1,000 different products. But one thing I can tell you about the people who are on this call, they followed Sisel for many years, knowing that we are the innovators in bringing the latest science that science has to offer in skincare, hair care, toxic-free ingredients, and products that work. And so it's taken us quite a few years to develop these. Many of the ingredients you guys have been talking about, when we first looked at these, they weren't even available to purchase, but scientists were moving in those directions. And so as things became commercially available, we're able to make samples and see for ourselves the dynamic results. So you guys over the last few weeks have been talking about superior hydration, brightening, clarifying, firming. You've really gone to work with blue light protection and some of these unique ingredients from marigold and all these different things to help protect us from the environment, because the environment is always changing. But the root causes of the damages we can address, through sun and ultraviolet lights and skin thickening, thinning, spots. But the nice thing about nature, it always finds a remedy for those things. We just have to find that. And so today I wanted to take just a moment and kind of highlight some of these hero ingredients that you guys have been using. And the nice thing about it, you've been using the products, and many of you have been sharing the photos, and we can see firsthand, with or without glasses, that you're a product of the products. And so I've got a couple of slides here that many of you maybe have not seen that I want to talk about. Hydration is crucial. When we think of hydration, obviously plants and animals are the easiest thing to see. What happens without water? Well, if you don't water your lawn or your vegetables, things shrivel up. Well, same with our skin. In fact, our bodies are over 70% water. Water is the most abundant thing in our entire body that's utilized. We have to be fluid for different types of hormones and nutrients and chemical messengers to move back and forth. Well, unfortunately, as we age or we're exposed to the environment, hydration is one of the first things that suffers. And our bodies use an ingredient that many of you know, hyaluronic acid, to hold many times, 1,000 times its weight in water to hold that water. And it's so crucial. And years ago, Tom Sr. and I were one of the first people to use, going back maybe 35, 40 years ago, hyaluronic acid. A lot wasn't known about the different weights of it at that time, but we knew that it was very crucial because it's what our joints contain. It's what our skin contains to hold that vital moisture in a cell so that our cell can function properly and have the protection that it needs. So it binds up to 1,000 times its own weight in water. But what's really become so magical about hyaluronic acid is that we find as we fractionate it and make it smaller and smaller, it acts different. Does it still bind water? Absolutely. But what we find is that these extremely small particle sizes, now that we have the ability to have them made for us, is that they can actually create more hyaluronic acid inside the cell. Because until late, the only way to use hyaluronic acid was topical. And you could fractionate it and get it down into layers of skin, but it was still not possible to actually produce more hyaluronic acid within the skin cell. And so this new skincare, we have the ability to do exactly that, get these very small particles that actually tickle that skin cell and say, you need to produce more. And by doing so, they retain more moisture. Let's go to the next slide. And so as the science has come out, and we find that this major component of the extracellular matrix, not just inside and outside, but both. And the high molecular weight, the bigger molecules of hyaluronic acid, like I say, we've used for years, and others have jumped on that bandwagon to maintain moisture on skin, which is wonderful. But what's so new and revolutionary are these new low and medium molecular weight hyaluronic acid molecules that work as a moisturizer. Well, this is phenomenal for anti-aging. We all want to use skincare because it makes us retain that look of our youth. Well, now we can have not just the look, but we can actually have youthful skin because of what we're doing by restoring and maintaining this moisture. Let's go to the next slide. So as we look at some of these pictures right here, there's two major things that we look for in hyaluronic acid and skin: elasticity and water retention. And so we talk about elasticity, we think of it like a balloon, and you blow it up, and if it stays inflated for a long time, it has a hard time coming back to that original small balloon size before we blew it up. It never kind of comes back. Same is true with our skin as we age, and that's why we get folds in skin and we get more wrinkling in skin. We lose that elasticity. But these very low molecular weight hyaluronic acid molecules increase that. And so this has actually been scientifically proven. And we can look at the pictures here. If you have that on your screen, the before and after 4 weeks and after 8 weeks of use of these low molecular, these new revolutionary hyaluronic acid molecules that we use in the Natrience line. Look at the reduction in crow's feet. I mean, we talk about almost a 15% increase in elasticity, so skin comes back like it should. But 15% in elasticity, we'll look at the pictures. If I had to estimate the reduction in crow's feet, I would say it's a 90% better effect in just 8 weeks of using this product. It's incredible. Now, if we talk about water retention, holy cow, it's double that. If we look at what happens over just 24 hours, we have over a 30% increase in moisture retention. And that's really the difference of, being an 18-year-old and a 40-year-old. Yeah, those are the typical types of reductions in moisture that you see. And so by using this, you're going to retain moisture, you're going to increase elasticity, and just with the daily application, you're going to have that youthful look and feel of skin. So let's go to the next slide. And so as we move into new technologies into skin brightening, people are very familiar with different forms of vitamin C. And, we've used a lot of different types of forms of vitamin C over the years. And vitamin C is, as we all know, a very potent antioxidant. If people have a cold or an illness, they try and stock up on vitamin C. But when topically applied, it can help to lighten and fade discoloration in skin, and it blocks different types of mechanisms with melanin production, and so it makes skin bright. Not only is it great for age spots and discoloration, but overall on skin, it gives us a very youthful appearance because it brightens and lifts and refreshes skin. The new form of vitamin C that's much more stable, and this is very unique. Vitamin C is a water-soluble molecule, but the tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate version of vitamin C, the latest technology that we incorporate in our Sisel product, is also fat soluble. It dissolves in oil. Well, you think about every cell of your body has a layer protecting, a phospholipid layer around the cell. We need oil and we need water in cells. So this is a lot of why this is so effective in penetrating. It goes deeper, it goes further into our cells to attack these hyperpigmentation areas that give us the uneven look on our skin. We want that glowing, fresh, youthful appearance. Now, once it's inside the cells, it's converted to a pure form of vitamin C by the enzymes that are inside that cell. It's stable, it penetrates, it's effective, and it's in Sisel. Let's go to the next. Now this is another remarkable picture using tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. And so if you look at the before pictures, if you have your screen, you look at the reduction after 16 weeks of use. Boy, you tell me, is that not stopping hyperpigmentation? Absolutely. Improvement in skin brightness is 90% in just 12 weeks. I mean, think about that. In just 12 short weeks, you can have a 90% improvement of the overall even tones and brightness of your skin. But also, like I say, if you have targeted areas on your hands, your arms, your face, usually our cheekbones get a lot of direct sunlight to them when we start to get those types of spots. Look at that. Just in 12 weeks, we have a 90% clear complexion. But in 16 weeks, look at that reduction in targeted age spots. Let's go to the next. Now, years ago, going back to the late 80s, I hate to admit this, but 35, 40 years ago, all the buzz was about alpha hydroxy acids and how they would increase turnover of skin. Well, over the decades, we've been able to break those down into alpha hydroxy acids, BHAs, and we find out which ones are more aggressive, which ones affect our skin in different ways. And by actually breaking these apart into mandelic acid, salicylic acid, different types of azelaic acid, we find that we can reduce irritation that is normally associated with alpha hydroxy acids, but we can target them for things such as exfoliation of skin, acne in skin. We can help fade blemishes in skin. They also help with the tone of our skin because they increase the production and turnover of our skin cells. And it helps to lessen the appearance of a lot of times you get red and bumpy skin in different parts. It helps to smooth that because we're getting better cellular turnover. But it's a unique combination of each of these different types of of acids that penetrate into different levels of our skin. In fact, I think I have the next slide that's going to show that to you. And so if we look at this cross section of skin, we look at the different types of acids on the left, which we utilize all of these, and we can see that those very top layers are affected by specific types. Then we move down through the epidermis into the dermis, and if we get right down into the hypodermis, azelaic acid affects each and every one of these layers. But obviously, if we're going to target that epidermis and those sebaceous glands and oils and things that affect acne, that salicylic acid is definitely the best for that. We combine all of these, so we're talking about cellular turnover, blemishes, even tones, everything within these products. Let's go to the next. Skin firming. Well, this is a big one. I mean, nobody wants to have sagging skin, so as we're lightening, we're toning, we're hydrating, we want to firm and bring that up. We have found unique plant-derived compounds that contain these phytonutrients, but these active ingredients that help to build bonds and pull and make it firm. So as we're increasing the elasticity with the hydration, we have the ability to give it a structure so that we get that youthful feel to our skin. This obviously helps with the lines also. So as we're using hyaluronic acid and we're using vitamin C, we're lightening, we're toning, we can add this skin firming Go Firm product. And I saw a couple of the chats pop up that they love Go Firm. And boy, you have to, because there's nothing more impressive than beautiful skin. And where does it come from? Peach. This is a peach resin product that now is commercially available that we can put in skincare. Let's talk about elasticity again. If you look at the scale, we have a scale from 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. In just 2 short hours, we can have almost a 30% increase in the firmness of our skin. Remember, as we age, skin thins, it thickens, it becomes uneven. And so as we're increasing over that, roughly a 28-day cycle to generate a skin cell all the way through all the different levels of skin, we're firming and tightening and hydrating. We're getting youthful skin starting right down in the hypodermis all the way up through the epidermis of our skin layers. So everything is now youthful. And then we have this firmness factor to maintain that. We're using peaches, we're using apples, we're using cranberries. It sounds delicious, but results are everything, and it looks wonderful. Let's go to the next. Comes in beautiful packaging. I'm going to have to leave this to Liesel and Karen and all the wonderful things, because you can have a delicious meal, but the presentation is everything. And so they've gone out and found some of the most beautiful packaging out there, because nothing makes you more proud, in your bathroom or your cosmetic counter than have, heavyweight, solid, beautiful packaging that have the world's latest discoveries in skincare and hydration and cellular turnover and toning and firming. And that's what we found, is that we need to break this up, because not everybody's the same. Somebody has a spot here, somebody has a wrinkle here, somebody needs some firmness down here. We have made these hero ingredients specific in these boosters. Yes, we have the cleansers to do that. We have the creams to put on at night to hydrate while you sleep. You don't want your husband waking up in the morning thinking that he fell asleep with a beautiful young woman. You might wake up and he rolls over and goes, "Oh, what happened to that older woman that I went to bed with? I woke up with a beautiful young woman." Well, maybe that's a problem you do want to have. If you do, Natrience is the line for you. We have the products. And if I can say one thing about the sales, people are getting the results. and we're seeing people develop a whole new business model around the Natrience line. So I wanted to jump on this last Natrience training call, and everybody who's participated in it, thank you. And Liesel, Karen, Holly, Misty, everybody, it's a team effort, and the results are showing for themselves. So thank you so much for letting me jump on this last call. Thanks.
Well, I'll take it from here, guys. And like Tom says, when you talk about packaging like this, truly a lot of companies, and we've talked about this before, have packaging that's worth far more than what's in it. And with Sisel, it's definitely the other way around. But we wanted Tom to come on this call and kind of talk about the science. He's the scientist here. He's the formulator. He put all of these together. But the very cool thing is all these ingredients, all these products, they lead to, if they work, great testimonials. So if you were on last week's call, we had like seven that we chose from because we asked everybody to send some in. I had a couple today that I wish I would have given to Karen to add to it. We've got a couple more. We want to include a couple today. People are having the results that we hoped they would, that we were having when testing it, and people are absolutely loving it. So I'm going to read you guys a couple of these testimonials. We'll start with Barb Grindy, and she sent me these before. I got these on my Facebook page. You can see from June 17th, when she tried it, probably at convention when she got these, to the 12th. So we're talking a little over a month and some great results. And as I read this, take a great look at her face where you can see changes in her eyes, changes in her necks, and just a very tightening look that she's got there. So Barb says, I loved our first skin care products. She was a faithful user twice a day. But I have to tell you, when they first came out, I did not jump on the bandwagon to use them right away. At one meeting at Tom's house, we were talking in the pool area, and he asked me if I was using our products. I told him no. He asked why. I told him I had very sensitive skin and was scared to change from the regimen I was currently using. He asked what could he do to get me to try the products. I said, pay my dermatologist bill if I had any issues. He agreed and gave me some products to use, and I was hooked. So when this Natrience line was introduced, I was a little worried, but I heard Tom's voice in my head, trust Sisel, and I do trust Sisel. I'm so thrilled with this new line and the changes of my skin in the past 8 weeks. I am thoroughly excited on how my neck, cheeks, eyes, jowls are improving, my forehead too. I get lots of compliments saying I am glowing. Thank you, Sisel, for this wonderful product. I am having a 50th class reunion this Friday and excited to see everyone. I feel terrific for almost 68 years old. Barb Grindy. So a great testimonial. And Barb, you do look amazing. You're an outside girl. You live on the water. So, you've had a lot of weather. I know through the years, we've kind of talked about that with our skin care and what that does to our faces. We need those products. She is definitely a testimony from just this last month with Natrience. Glad you gave us a try again. So move on. Okay, our next testimonial is from Rose Yoder. And Rose says, I got to let you know how much we love Natrience. My oldest daughter and I are thrilled to not have any acne breakout this month. None, zero. And I love that. I'm going to kind of break in here. Acne is a hard thing to tackle. It's so different for so many different people with so many issues that could be causing it. And acne breakthroughs with Natrience is one of the bigger things I've heard about, and I'm really excited for that. She said, also on June 20th, I first applied Hydra Rich and Cell Anew to my scalp, where I have very thin hair. Within the first week, I had a fine hair growth increase. Today, August 12th, I can pretty much cover that spot when I comb my hair to where it's hardly noticeable. I'm excited to see the change by Christmas time, hopefully noticeable by then, or hopefully nothing noticeable by then. P.S. It's not just on the face, but also the scalp. Rose Yoder. And I have to kind of throw in here, I was talking about another testimonial I got, and it's my first one besides this now. But she said the same thing, that her skincare products on her scalp is causing her hair just to have some fine growth there. And she's really excited to see where that goes too. So very, very cool. And you never know what will happen with these products. But if you guys are getting these results and want to send us your pictures or your stories, send them in. We'll keep sharing them. They're awesome. And we'd love to hear it. So that's why these great products work. So thanks for sending those in. Karen?
I'm going to jump in there. So I just wanted to say thank you all for joining us for these 8 weeks. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. I loved Natrience before, but doing these calls has made me really get to know the line and appreciate it even more. And hearing your testimonials, seeing your before and after pictures, and just being able to feel your enthusiasm for the product as well really is just a highlight in my week. So I will miss these calls for sure. I just wanted to remind everyone of our Natrience contest that ends September 30th. It's not too late to join. I feel like now that you have had all the training, go and start selling it and share with others what great product that you have, and so they can enjoy the benefits as well.
Thanks, Holly, and thanks, Liesel, and thanks to Tom for joining us today. We really appreciated Tom's insight as our top scientist and formulator, and all of his guidance through this whole process of developing and launching the Natrience line for you. So thanks to the whole team here. I just wanted to also give one comment about some of the comments in the chat. Excuse me. You're asking lots of questions in the chat about various different skin conditions and how Natrience can help with these different conditions. And what I'd like to say is, just as Holly mentioned in the chat, some of these things we haven't specifically tested for, but please go ahead and use the products and see how they work for yourself and let us know your testimonials. Holly, sorry, I've got a little tickle in my throat. Can you take over from there?
Yeah, for sure. So we have our giveaways for this week. So we'll do a random drawing, and 5 winners will receive our exfoliant polishing pill. So watch for those. And then to keep up with our corporate communications and any future trainings or any future information that we'll have around Natrience as well, please be sure to be added to our email list. You can either call customer service at 801-704-6700, or also you can email customer service at 801-704. I'm sorry, I'm telling you the phone number again. You can email customer service at customerservice@sisel.net. You can also send any questions, your before and afters there. And then we have a texting service as well, and you can text Sisel in all caps to 385-327-7571. Or you can, all these calls will be available to call in and listen to, or on YouTube as well. The phone number to call and listen to them is 801-704-6800, and then press option 3. Is that all, Karen?
Thank you, Holly.
Yeah.
Yes. And once again, just a huge thanks to all of you for joining us for this Natrience training series. We are going to continue to have a lot more information for you into the future, and we will be sure to keep you updated if we have any other training calls or video materials to help you learn more about the Natrience line and the wonderful benefits and the science behind the line. There's still lots that we've got to share with you. So just keep tuned in with all of those various communication methods that Holly just mentioned, and we'll keep you updated on lots of additional fun and exciting things to come with the Natrience line. Liesel, did you want to say anything just in closing as well?
Yeah, and just like Holly said, we've had some questions on here of, can we do a call once a month and different things? And Karen and I kind of talked about this earlier. There are lots of plans for lots of cool things, videos, questions and answers. So this is not the end of that. So just the end of this start. So like we've said, just stay tuned. We'll let you know what's coming up, but lots of cool things, and we'd love your participation there. And like everyone else said, thanks for joining us. We've had a great time with this.